Hey guys, this is the first time I've ever attempted video notes, so if this is really terrible and we can't figure this out, we'll figure out what we can do to fix this on Monday. But for now, I am going to talk about the different types of transformations that functions have. And what I'm going to do, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to mess up 1,000 times, is I'm going to talk about all of them together now, and then I'm going to do a slide on each different type of transformation. So there will be 4 total videos. They shouldn't be very long, but this is how I think they'll make the most sense. So today we are going to talk about transformations of functions, and transformations just mean changes to the original parent function. So it doesn't matter what function that is. I think the one that you're most comfortable with seeing probably from Algebra 2 is the quadratic function. So I've drawn it here, and I've drawn quite a few different transformations of it based off of x squared. Okay, so the original transformation the original quadratic would just be this, right? Plain, simple quadratic, the one I've made really bold now. Now, any different type of quadratic I have. So if I wrote f of x equals x squared plus 3, that is a new quadratic, but really it's just a transformation from the original function that moves the graph in a different direction. So this one would be up 3, and we'll talk about why that is later. Just like this one would be a transformation to the right, however many that would be. And this one is just a reflection, and this one is just something that makes it wider. Okay, so technically there are 6 different types of transformations. We have reflections, and something can reflect across the x-axis or the y-axis, and they have different rules. There can be stretches or shrinks. So a stretch would be if you're making something skinnier, and a shrink would be if you're making something wider. So if this is the original parent function, one that's elongated would be a stretch, and one that's like this would be a shrink. Okay, now that can happen vertically or horizontally, and we'll talk about that when we get to that type. And then we do also have shifts, which could be vertical or horizontal, so up, down, left, or right. I think what I'm going to do is start off with our shifts and then move on to reflections and then stretches and shrinks. Now we're going to use function notation for this, so we're going to hopefully become pretty comfortable with f of x. Okay, now I'm using quadratics, but because transformations work for any type of function, it doesn't matter if I had x squared here, or if I had the square root of x, or if I was using cubed root, any of them. Any transformation will work with these function notation changes, and that's why they're so important.